Ladies and gentlemen, this is Yanko Maceda, founder of Tabanero Cigars, where we believe in the enjoyment of craftsmanship that somehow allows you to stop time, reflect on life, and plan the future ahead. And yes, I'm back. I'm back in Tampa, Florida, cigar capital of the world, right here in Ybor City, the corner of 16 and 7, the center of everything, where our clients say, man, you're a lucky guy. You got the best corner. Well, we earned this corner. And I just came back from Esteli, Nicaragua, where the people down there really make me feel special. They really appreciate the opportunity of this collaboration. And I brought some of the patriarcas that were designed right here in Tampa, Florida, Ybor City. And I always envisioned to have different tobaccos that they were not available right here in Tampa through the Oliva Tobacco Company, but down there is open door to many different regions where you can acquire tobacco. So Maceda Patriarch has got to another level, You will find tobaccos in there that I can disclose. You will find an experience that you haven't had before because of the blend that it was worked with Raymond Pages of Tabacalera Pages Raffle. Amazing people. And I'm gonna light up, so while we doing the live, I can enjoy my beautiful Patriarca. We're gonna keep the Robusto that we always had with a tweaked blend. We're gonna keep the Torpedo, and we have a new member, a Dobo Robusto. And what I have experienced so far between the Dobo Robusto and Torpedo having a smaller cut, the smoke doesn't get as warm for the cigar to open up and give you 100% like the Dobo Robusto. So far from the Patriarca line, this is my favorite. We're thinking this is gonna retail for $49.99. It will be the Dobo Robusto Patriarca. We're doing beautiful piano boxes in Nicaragua for this cigar because it definitely deserves a beautiful box. A box that you will save and it will bring you memories every time you see it. Pretty cold, still pretty cold, right in the footer, and I already give you an idea how this experience is going to evolve with this beautiful cigar. Box press, 54x6. Amazing Ecuadorian wrapper. It has jalapa, condega for that nutmeg aroma that you pick up through your nose. Esteli, Umetepe, and another tobacco that I can't disclose. It was pretty difficult for me to get to Nicaragua, but something said, don't interpret it that you should not go to Nicaragua. It was just the obstacles for me to see how serious I was about to go to Nicaragua. I bumped into Trey Oliva on one of the lounges in the area, and I said, Trey, I'm going to Nicaragua. He said, you crazy? How are you going to come back? I said, I don't know, but only crazy people have changed the world. So I'm changing this industry, so I'm going to Nicaragua. The first flight through American Airlines, they canceled the flight. So I was like, wow. Second flight with Avianca sent you an email saying that your COVID Chinese test for the virus, you got to send it 36 hours before the flight. That email goes to your spam so you don't see it and you lose your first flight. My wife says that I'm exaggerating. Well, I tend to do things like that, and that's how we got here. So the first flight, I lost it. I had to pay another $300 and another $150 for a second test to be able to fly. I went to Nicaragua. Raymond Pages welcomed me in the airport. Since day zero that I've been talking to him over the phone, I know he's a visionary. I know he has no fears. And in Spanish, they say, it's better to hold a crazy guy to be pushing a really slow guy. So that's the type of individual he is. He's definitely a visionary. Raymond Pages, empezamos un poco tarde. Pero hermano, quiero darte las gracias. Quiero darle las gracias a toda la gente que fue tan linda conmigo ahí abajo. Las experiencias todavía las estoy viviendo y lo más que reflexiono, más me siento muy seguro del paso que hemos tomado. The more I reflect on the matter, the stay that I did in Nicaragua, the more secure I am where we're going. Raymond Pages, Hector Vallecito, Hector, it's Raymond Pages' right hand. Hector, gracias por todo, hermano. Eres un tremendo connoisseur, eres una persona excelente, una persona de letra, un filósofo. De verdad que agradezco mucho que hayas compartido tu amistad conmigo. Me ha hecho muy orgulloso que te encanta mi café. Gracias, Héctor. Gracias, gracias. Augusto en contabilidad, el hombre de los números. Gracias, Augusto. Espero que estés disfrutando tu reloj. Pronto te voy a dar una gorra. Muchas gracias por haberme dado la oportunidad. María José, Recursos Humanos. Excelente muchacha, excelente muchacha. Nos tomamos una foto juntos y se ve que es una muchacha que de verdad siente y se enamora del proceso que aprende cada día. Raquel, usted cocina. Raquel does some cooking. I only eat breakfast and one dinner. That's it, a day. Well, they have me having breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Wow, Raquel, esa cocina de usted, que Dios le bendiga esas manos. Muchas gracias, Raquel, por haber tenido esas atenciones conmigo, por prepararme mis camisas para que yo estuviese bien planchado. Raquel, muchas gracias de corazón. Lester, Master Roller who's doing the Patriarca. Lester, keep following your passion. You're young in this industry, and like I said, whenever the factory is ready to pick up a man to do something bigger, they're going to pick you. They're not going to pick something from the street. Lester, gracias, hermano. Sigue con esa pasión que sientes por estos puros. Has hecho un excelente trabajo con este doble robusto. Estoy enamorado de mi tabaco. Gracias de corazón, Lester. Gracias. Arlene es el jefe de producción, un muchacho que está todo el tiempo chequeando de que las cosas estén bien hechas, que no se hagan muchas tripas al aire, que los tabacos pasen bien por la máquina de tiro. Arlene, gracias, hermano. Arlene, usted es un apasionado, un visionario, y espero que dure muchos años al lado de Raymond Pages y Hector. Verónica, la muchacha de empaque. Verónica tiene un carisma, tiene una sonrisa que encanta a sus empleados. Todas la siguen porque definitivamente es un líder. Gracias, Verónica, por las atenciones conmigo. Te lo agradezco de corazón. Néstor es jefe de material, un hombre que está siempre concentrado en que el material no esté crudo, que el material esté en la temperatura correcta, la humedad correcta para hacerlos puros. Néstor, gracias de corazón. Doña Reina, que es la señora encargada de la capa, es la eminencia, es el espíritu de esa factoría, tiene Dios con ella ahí adentro. Doña Reina, le agradezco desde corazón, desde el fondo de mi corazón, el trabajo que usted está haciendo con Raymond Pages. Muchas gracias, y que Dios le dé muchos años de vida y que nos siga apoyando en este gran sueño. Guys, I just appreciate, thanks everybody in the factory, the ones that I remember, they doing an amazing job. They know where they're going. That factory hasn't turned a year old yet, and I can sense we came in the right time. In 2 years, Tabacalera Pages is not going to be able to get new customers because of the beautiful job they're doing, and we are right in the beginning. I hope we do beautiful business, beautiful collaborations, and we continue going forward. I have decided to keep my cigar factory, the small cigar box factory right here in Ybort. We will continue to do cigar boxes for the store, for the cigars sold in the store. But definitely when we start wholesale, we're not going to be able to keep up with that cigar box here. So I'm already looking into renting a space down in Estelí to start another cigar box factory down in Estelí. I want to guarantee, I don't want to depend on someone else to do my cigar boxes. Our cigar boxes is new technology, so it's not like we can approach someone and say, hey, buy a laser machine, here are the designs, start making my cigars. No, I enjoy a lot the process from the beginning to this point of my cigar boxes. So I want, when I'm in Nicaragua, overseeing my production, talking to the rollers, building a relation, I want also to create a legacy when it comes to packaging, when it comes to packaging a new era, a new way to package cigars. When I show the boxes down there, everybody was going crazy. Everybody couldn't believe that even the hinges on the boxes are done with a laser machine. It's definitely new technology. We need to finish the process of patenting the designs of the boxes, because as soon as those boxes go to Nicaragua, believe me, a lot of people, when they see that instead of needing 20 people to do one cigar box, I can do 100 boxes a day with 2 people, they would like to implement that technology. It had an amazing acceptance of the people who saw the box. This is definitely a cigar to reflect on life. This is a cigar that it will lower your blood pressure. It's a medium to full. So next thing you know, you are more aware of the moment. And that means that you are more in there. Put your phone away. Don't be watching the TV. Look at the sky and enjoy the moment, because this will give you good reflecting time. We started a little bit late, some difficulties, but it didn't stop us. So I have a lot to share. I don't think this life will allow me to do everything that I would love to. We're trying to keep it to 30 minutes, but I will have so much document contents to share with you guys for the next 2 or 3 live. Everybody's saying in Nicaragua, Esteli, that they have the feeling that the next boom of cigar, it's here. It's here. It's not coming. It's here. The same boom that we had in the 90s, it's happening right now. There's so many small guys that they started a brand here in the U.S. and they're back there renting buildings, getting wherever they can get hold of it to make their production. So you will see a lot of mistakes pretty soon of tobaccos not being well fermented, ready to be on a cigar, and they will put it out in the market, and you will get those peppery, bitter cigars that is basically tobacco that wasn't ready to be on a cigar. The fermentation process, it takes a lot. It takes between 90 days to 6 months. Not everybody's willing to do that. Some people believe the customer is not going to be able to spot when the cigar is not ready. Believe me, the clients that we have make relations in this store, they know cigars. They know cigars, so we can be fooling around, cutting corners. I brought my new samples of the Patriarca Robusto with a few different leaves that they didn't have before. I had new torpedoes. I think I brought enough torpedoes to start go ahead and selling again the Torpedo Patriarch. We've been out of Torpedo Patriarch for about 4 months already. So I brought 100. I think that will hold us into the other torpedoes get a little bit aged, and they're here in the U.S. And I have a surprise. I have a nice surprise. We brought 25 Big Daddy. This is the 3rd sample, 3rd generation of Big Daddies. Usually when I'm here in the factory and we're doing the run of 7,000 Big Daddies, I don't find myself smoking the entire cigar because it's a big cigar for my mouth, and it's a kind of tiring cigar for me because of the amount of ligero, the amount of strength on the cigar. Full body is a full, Big Daddy is a full body cigar, and I'm not really a full body guy. Well, those Big Daddies, once you light up, you burn your fingers because the blend is so complex of sweetness, nutmeg, honey taste, and also a strength that even your head is spinning a lot, you can't let go of the cigar. So I think I smoked 4 Big Daddies in Nicaragua up to my fingers burning. So that's a sign that it's a well balanced cigar, and definitely full body. Adel Fernandez was kind enough to take me to his plantation and factories and give me the tour. Abdel gave me some hints, give me some advice, which I really appreciate. Abdel, hermano, muchas gracias. Muchas gracias por tus consejos. Tú eres una persona que yo admiro mucho, que he seguido desde el principio. Y la vida es increíble de que hasta este momento no hemos podido hacer negocio, pero estoy haciendo negocio con tu pupilo y hiciste un tremendo trabajo con ese muchacho. Te doy las gracias por dejar que eso suceda. I'm going to take a break because I'm going to have my Taba Brew Espresso. I haven't had that espresso from our machine in a week and a half. Gracias, Karen. Karen Lozano, she's here. Por favor, mira la cámara. Everybody was saying, how long Karen has been with you? Karen has been with me 4 years, and she's not going to retire. She will be with me until we pass out. So don't get any ideas. Okay? Salud, mi gente. Hector Vallecito said that this coffee right at the end of your palate is when you really taste the chocolate, when the flavors keep lingering in your mouth. He's totally right. This is an amazing espresso. And everybody was saying all the Cubans in Esteli can really appreciate or enjoy a coffee like this in Esteli. So not for the matter of money or of making money, we're planning to put a little coffee shop in Esteli so my Cuban brothers can go and have a colada, espresito, una croqueta, pastelito de guayaba. We want to work on that. You see. The best croquetas in the U.S. are made right here in our town, Catalina croquetas. So we can send some frozen Catalina croquetas to Esteli. And Cisco, I think they sell the frozen pastelito de guayaba. So I think we're going to start a Taba Brew, Cuban style in Esteli. We got to change the name a little bit. We got to call them Taba Colada, Taba Cafetazo, something more appealing to the Spanish. From all the trips that I've done to Nicaragua, most of the ones before, it was just searching. I met a lot of people, and I always ask myself, what is it that I don't feel 100% sure to pull the trigger? Why I keep waiting? This trip answered all those questions, why I was not hesitating and waiting for the right moment. When you start trying the new blends, that they were a lot better designed because of the access to tobacco that we have in Nicaragua, you will understand why I waited for so long. This cigar, when it's halfway, when it have the right temperature and humidity, it changed completely. It's a new cigar. It's something that you can't let go. And when it gets to the end, boy, it's like you will ask the manufacturing, why don't you do a cigar that it tastes like this since the beginning? Well, it has to do with humidity inside of the cigar all the time that you've been smoking, and also temperature. A lot of the cigars, when they get here, you're so close to the heat that they change, they get bitter. This is like when you go to Cancelote in the casino and they serve you a nice ribeye and you eating the ribeye, and every bite is an experience. And when you get into the end, you slow down because you don't want to finish. This is the same situation. Amazing cigar. I understand that it's not a cigar for everyone. Cigars separate men's apart. We understand that. Same thing with cars and suits and all that stuff. A Toyota Corolla will take you from point A to point B the same way of a Ferrari or Lamborghini, but in a different style. So this is similar. I bought some of the high-end cigars, took it to Raymond. I can't mention names. I would say I took a $60 cigar, a $35 cigar, and some of the cigars he light up and put it back in the ashtray. I feel like, man, we're burning $36 like that. And he said, here, try. After smoking this cigar, I tried that cigar, and I said, my God, we're doing something right. I can't mention the name of the cigar, and I'm not going to mention it, because Because a cigar doesn't appeal to me, doesn't mean that it's a bad cigar. Someone is already used to that profile and he will love that cigar. That person that is used to that profile, you give him one of this and he's gonna say, no, it's missing some peppery, it's missing some spices. Because cigars is a personal preference, and I totally understand that. Hey, Scott Law, my friend, I want to see you, I want to hug you, I miss you, brother. Hopefully I'll see you this week. This week I'll be in town, and next week I'm taking the kids to see the snow for the first time. You know, 1 week of business, 1 week with the family. You gotta maintain that balance. When I come back from Tennessee, I have an elephant to eat. And Steve Sternberger always taught me that you eat an elephant one bite at a time. You can't just start chewing crazy. We're expecting the new cigar rollers to arrive April 15, so I have a lot of work. Today, Sunday, around 9 a.m., I got on my wife's computer, I borrowed her computer, and I sent all the design work to our new designer, someone that was recommended by Abdel. We're working on a new brand. We're working on the box for the Patriarca. He's going to be designing the Patriarca. I sent another order of labels to Sancho, cigar rings in Nicaragua. Sancho, their prices are really, really hot, but they're the only company in Esteli. And to be able to send labels from here, from Action Label, to Nicaragua, you need to be already established as a company in Nicaragua, and we're not there yet. And I guess the importation taxes, they're a lot higher than making labels down in Esteli. And I'm telling you, I pay for a label right here in the US 1 cent, in Nicaragua 3.5 cents for one label. Crazy. We have to raise the prices on our cigars because just think about it, for a factory to pay attention to your order, you need to do at least 100,000 cigars. And that's a lot of money. So you will see pretty soon a raise on the cigars. We haven't done it, I think, in 2 years. Two years and a half. But, you know, gas is going up. The barrel of oil in November, it was $36. Now it's like $63. But we go green. We're going to go green, okay? We're going to save the world. So that's the price that we got to pay. We got 50,000 people unemployed, but we're going to go green. No secret that in Esteli, they're experimenting the same situation here. It's become really difficult to find cigar rollers. If every factory has a sign outside looking for tabaquero, looking for rollers, everybody is in the same situation. There's no cigar rollers. I don't know if they come into the U.S., to another country, to Costa Rica, but they need cigar rollers. We did some Salomones. We haven't done Salomones in here in the past. I was inspired because one of my great customers in here, in Tabanero, that he always buy the Patriarcas, he asked me for a Salomon, an H. Hubman Salomon. That him and his friends always smoke H. Hubman Salomon. And he said he believed I have what it takes to do a Salomon pretty close to the Cuban Salomons that he smokes from H. Hubman, that he's not able to have access to it anymore. I brought 20 that they're better than the H. Hubman Salomones. I brought 20. If he commits, if he likes these Salomones, he's going to go, well, how can you do more for myself and my friends? And my response is going to be, put the money together so we can do 100,000. And we split the profit. And we will have a H. Hubman Salomon that has 40% of a secret sauce, and then the other 60% the best tobaccos that you can acquire in Nicaragua. 40% of the secret sauce. He's going to be a happy camper. He invited us on July to go to one of his fundraising. He wants me to bring a cigar roller. He will, myself. He will pay for the hotel, airfare, the food, and he would like to buy 150 samplers to share with everybody in the party. And when that goes well, I enjoy it, he enjoyed it. He has another one on December. This is north of Washington, D.C. So I can miss that opportunity. That way I go over there and I go ahead and hit a few stores while I'm there. I'm getting ready to start visiting stores. I was in Miami and I went to Tabanero Cigar Shop. Beautiful shop, amazing shop. I left my card, 2 cigars. I did a nice 5-star review on Google because they definitely do an excellent work. We'll see. That was the first store that I approached. We'll see what happened. I left a Patriarca and my favorite cigar in the store, which is the Toro, Songro Toro, medium body. I was telling Raymond that how I start my day, I get warm up with a Connecticut wrapper, which is usually a Robusto. I jump to a Songro Robusto, and then after that, if I can do 1 or 2 or 3, it will be Toros. Toros, they're so well blended that I don't get tired of smoking the Toros. And funny to say, I seen Raymond smoking Robustos Connecticut every morning because I said, Raymond, Robusto Connecticut for me is like a café con leche right in the morning. It sets my palate. Raymond, el Robusto Connecticut que tú haces es como un café con leche. Empieza a entrenar mi paladar para lo que va a pasar el resto del día. And he was laughing, he was smiling, and he's been doing it. He's been doing it the same way. And he's not usually a Connecticut wrapper guy. Raymond Pages, he's 28 years old. Amazing individual. Someone with so much potential. Someone that it will mature with the time, and he will be an excellent individual in this industry. Yo estoy tan agradecido que nos encontramos en el principio, porque Raymond, dentro de 2 añitos, va a ser difícil para que tú le hagas un tabaco a alguien. Gracias, gracias hermano de corazón. There's many things that I want to share about the tobaccos. We did sorullos, we did little cigars to try the different tobaccos. De Humetepe, Condega, Jalapa, Estelí, or Nero blend, or new Nero blend of a Robusto Maduro, San Andres, and a box press Toro is going to have Pennsylvania. The best Pennsylvania you can acquire in Estelí. The aroma is so amazing that I know people who have experienced Pennsylvania in the past, when they light up the cigar, it's going to blow their mind. That is going to be on the Nero brand. We're working on it. We're gonna bring the first batch with the original labels, but now that we met a new designer in the industry that is doing amazing work for Abdel, for Pepin Garcia, we want to tweak a little bit the second label for the Nero. Doble Robusto Patriarca. I wish I can stay here and smoke the whole thing and describe the experience, but we already up to 30 minutes. We already 30 minutes, huh?
You are at 29:48.
29:48. Guys, I really enjoy doing this, and especially on Sundays when I have the time, because I get out of my box. I want to thank Raúl Disla, mi amigo Raúl, gracias hermano, gracias por esa amistad que estamos cultivando. Raúl está más claro que